Hello students, today we will take our new chapter, that is the theory of product pricing. Okay, so let us start with the meaning and concept of product pricing. The price for any specific good or service is based on the relationship between its supply and demand. This definition is given by George Stigler, who is also known as the father of the theory of product pricing. Here, he enhances on two things that simply goes with supply and demand. So, whenever we have to decide the product pricing, it is directly affected by the supply and demand. The optimal market price or equilibrium is the point at which the total number of items available can be reasonably consumed by potential customers. Now, optimal market price is again a necessary condition for product pricing or equilibrium. Here, one thing more is coming, that is the equilibrium position. Equilibrium is basically the point, students, where the total number of items are reasonably consumed and we are taking the potential customers also. The business takes and calculate how much customers they are going to create in future. So they are called the potential customers. Well, the price theory is also known as microeconomics, is concerned with the economic behavior or individual consumers, producers and resource owners. Okay, again there the things which are including in this theory is the economic behavior, how the individual behave in certain circumstances, how the individual consume, how the producers behave, and the resource owners also are also connected with the price theory. In short, students, if I say, so this price theory explains the production, allocation, consumption and pricing of goods and services. Well, again it explaining the production, the allocation and consumption and pricing of goods and services. In other words, the theory of factor pricing is concerned with principles according to which the price of each factor of production is determined and distributed. Well, here one thing more has been included. That means whenever we have to decide the price of any good or service, then we have to determine the distribution. The distribution, it is directly linked with the distribution channels that the product, the good is taking or covering what and how many kind of distribution channels. So it finally decides the product pricing. Generally, students, there are 5 pricing strategies. We have to study. Generally, pricing strategies include the following 5 strategies. First is called the cost plus strategy. Cost plus pricing strategy, simply calculating the cost and adding a markup. What we have to do, first of all we have to determine the cost, then we have to plus the pricing. Okay, so it is known as the cost plus pricing. The next pricing strategy is known as the competitive pricing. Competitive pricing simply means setting a price based on what the competition charges. Okay, the competitors charges influence the competitive pricing. There are many examples of this competitive pricings where we have to study, we have to make the price decisions according to our competitors prices. Another third one is known as the value based pricing. Value based pricing, selling a price based on how much the consumers believes that you are selling it worth. So here this value based students pricing is directly influenced by its worth, its value. Okay, that's why the seller or you can say the buyer pay more price for the luxurious good. or branded good or worthy goods. Okay, so and pay less for the cheaper or the less worthy less worthy goods and services. Fourth pricing policy is known as the price skimming. Price skimming means setting a high price and lowering it at the market evolves. Price skimming means simply what we are doing, we are charging higher prices when the demand is quite increasing in our market. Then price skimming, we are charging more prices and lowering it after it established in the market. Okay, when we are known in the market, when our brand is much popular in the market, then we have to cut the prices, but in the beginning we have to charge the higher prices. That is called the price skimming. Fifth pricing policy is known as the penetration pricing. Penetration pricing means setting a low price to enter a competitive market and raising it later. Again students, penetration pricing is when we launch or introduce a new product or service in the market. When it is new to the consumer, then this strategy is of the producer for charging low. Okay, at the starting time, it is this pricing policy says that charge low price, and after few time, okay, after making good name and fame, goodwill in the market, then afterwards raise the price later in future. So this is the pricing, penetration pricing, which is again related with a new or a fresh introductory prices. Well students, price is only one of the factors that affects a buyer's purchasing decision, because somehow the buyer's purchasing decision is related with the price and also making a judgment about the value of money. So here two factors comes, the buyer's purchasing decision and the value for money, how much he is ready to pay and what value of money he is he getting the worthy thing for that or not. Products usually sold through different sources at different prices, through retailers, discount chains, wholesalers or direct mail markets are examples of goods whose price is determined by demand. Well, a wholesaler might buy greater quantities than a retailer, which result in purchasing at a lower unit price. It simply means that the price is determined by the different sources. Okay, if the sources are long, if the retailers are paying purchasing in bulk, so definitely he will pay the lower price unit, but instead of the wholesaler, the retailer will pay high for that. Okay, like this. So this is called the distribution channel also, where price is affected by the purchasing decision power and the value of money, and usually through different sources at different prices. Next is, as I say, here the word optimal market comes. So the optimal market price or equilibrium is the point at which the total number of items available can be reasonably consumed. You can say students that the optimal market provides matches the demand of the corresponding market and its ability to acquire goods or services, where the buyer is getting the satisfaction level, he is at the equilibrium position, he is getting the worth of whatever he is paying. So the optimal market price always push this element. Secondly, the concept of price theory allows for price adjustment as market conditions change. Okay, so the market condition is directly linked with the external factors. So as the circumstances differs, the conditions vary. So the producer, the distributors, the wholesalers has to change the concept of price also. Okay, so you can say there is always an element of flexibility, where we have to see the optimal market price, the equilibrium position, where we have to study the market conditions also. Well, it includes both tangible and intangible goods. In instance, there are only a certain number of automobiles available and only a certain number of appointments available at any given time. So according to this, both tangible and intangible goods, their availability and their certain numbers, the prices are determined. Well, different forms of market pricing. Okay, there are different forms of market pricing under perfect monopoly, competitive monopolies, etc. So in our next chapters we will discuss how the different forms of market pricing are set under these different market conditions: perfect, monopoly, competitive or monopolist conditions, etc. Thanks.